school education, they are coming to colleges, and when you find when this very deplorable state that they are in, they are unable even to utter one full single sentence properly. And where are things going wrong? So this is what we have to address. And ultimately, you are the losers in the game. The students are the losers in the game. And we know that the teachers are always playing a blaming game. The college teachers blame the school teachers for not giving the right kind of a foundation, and vice versa. So this has been going on for a very long time, and it becomes a need of the hour to find a solution to the problem and see things from a different perspective. So that is what we are doing here, and that is what your authorities have taken efforts to establish audiovisual language learning lab, which might come to your help in improving your communication skills, improving your proficiency in language. Because the English language has become the lingua franca of the modern era. We know that without this language, we don't reach anywhere. We don't reach anywhere unless otherwise we have the language at our command. So this is your occasion to get yourself into the language learning pattern with the kind of environment that is provided to you by the department. So you have to take an oath. You have to take an oath to yourself. You have to swear upon yourself that you are going to motivate yourself and that you are going to give yourself some kind of auto suggestions to learn language from this day onwards, even if you haven't done that. And I know that all through your 4-year engineering education, I'm told that you have just one paper in English in the 3rd semester. That's right, am I right? Yeah, you have only one paper in English in 3rd semester, and that paper is the syllabus of the paper also is very simple, so that you have a temptation to neglect that particular subject. But that should not be the case, because this is the thing that is going to take you a long way. If you are having good command, proficiency in English language, and if you have good communication skills, that is going to land you, if you do not have that, that's going to land you in real trouble. When you are knocking at the gates of the job market, what is needed for you, the advantage that is needed for you is that you should be proficient in language, you should have enough communication skills to sell your goods, to deliver whatever you have on your mind. You might be very good in your subject, you might be having extra marks in whatever your area of specialization, but even with that kind of a credit on your part, if you don't have the right kind of a language to express it, to sell it to others, it's all going away. It's all becoming superfluous. Whatever excellence you have in your subject is becoming superfluous if you do not have the language to deliver it, to transact the thing. And for your academic purpose, you need language. For you to pass the examination, you need language because you have to express everything in English. And you need language to do that. And even if you are able to surpass that particular instance, the next moment you are outside in the world. Those of you who are getting out of this college are outside in the world, and the world is a nasty place these days. World is not all that comfortable these days. It's a nasty place. It's a rat race that is going on, and you have to be part of the rat race. And if you have to qualify yourself to be part of the rat race, your communication skills matters a lot. I tell you, it matters a lot. It's not child's play. It matters a lot. If you want to get yourself if you want to get yourself recognized by some people who are offering you job, the corporate world and the industries are demanding that you improve your communication skills. That is why in most of the corporate world and most of the industries that are praising you, they have trainers, language trainers to train you in the first few years of your probation period. Because you are not trained in language. That should not be the case. The moment that you are finishing your course, you should be confident of speaking good English and communicating to the people who are around you. Because engineering is the kind of job where you are not alone. You might be placed in a group, you might have teamwork to do, and you might have to communicate to others who do not belong to your local area. You might have to communicate to others who belong to different parts of the world, with different linguistic backgrounds, with lots of different cultural backgrounds. So this language English language is a common link for you to talk to everyone, to interact with everyone, interact with the companies in which you are going to work, interact with your job givers, interact with your friends, interact with the community, interact with the society. So for all this you need effective communication skills. And if you do not have the effective communication skill, you are going to make a very pathetic case of yourself. You will lose yourself in this rat run. So in order to be first, or in order to be there in the forefront of the rat run, that the competition for the job market, you have to equip yourself well beforehand. So English is the linguistic engine of the, what you can call as the world economy right now. It is a linguistic engine that is taking the train of world economy forward. So it's a language that will take you to places. It will broaden your outlook, broaden your perspectives, and naturally you will have better perspective and a better outlook once you happen to get yourself into the kind of language that is needed for a graduate. So these are the things that I just wanted to impart to you on this occasion. And you have all of you who have got admission in a technical institution, that itself speaks a lot about you. All of you are qualified people to get admission into a technical institution. So all of you might be having that something inside you which will take you a long way. But then you have to cater for yourself. And these people here, your principal, your faculty, all of them are actually there to help you in your march forward. So we have to rethink our education pattern. In the traditional education pattern, what had been happening was the teacher was always active and the student had always been passive. The student would sleep in class. The teacher had to be active. The teacher had to speak all the 3 hours or 4 hours or whatever time slot is allotted to the teacher. The student can afford to go to sleep or go mentally out of the classroom. So student has a visa to travel anywhere, right, sitting inside the classroom. So that was the kind of situation that had been there in the traditional conventional classroom. So we have to change the situation in the present scenario. If we are to equip ourselves with enough communication skills, we have to change the pattern. And how could the pattern be changed? That our classroom should become more learner-centered. More learner-centered in the sense that the teacher should only become facilitators and trainers for you. They are not teaching. They are not the fountainhead of all the knowledge on earth. The teacher is just a help to you. The teacher is just orienting you towards what to learn and how to go about it. The teacher is not the fountainhead of all knowledge and truth in this world. The teacher is just one with you, and the teacher has to make you or show you the way. The teacher has a torchlight in his hand to show you the way to come into the arena of education. And that is the role of the teacher. And the teachers also have to rethink their role as well as the students. Not just the teachers need to change, the teachers have to need to change according to the demands of the time. But so also the students have to change. You have to prepare your mind against all inhibitions. Most of the time what you find with students of young age is that they are inhibited in speaking English. There is some kind of inhibition which they have, and given the opportunity to speak, they don't speak English. Given the opportunity that they can go back to their own vernacular language, they will always be comfortable with the vernacular language rather than speaking English. So that should not be the case. You have to speak English, and unless otherwise you do it, the very philosophy of education is learning by doing. So here you have to learn by doing. And when I say learn by doing, I am telling you that you have to speak. Start speaking in English. Have English speaking communities or English speaking groups among you, so that you can start from the very day, and so that you prepare yourself to the kind of interview that you are going to face at the end of the day. At the interviews, you should not be a dismal failure. Rather, you should be surprising everyone with the kind of communicative skills that you are going to show them. So for that, you need to train yourself. You need to speak. So speaking or conversation, speaking in English is like learning to swim. Unless otherwise you get into water, you cannot learn to swim. You cannot